2 weeks ago, 10 Star Wars shows were announced, and last week an 11th show in the Book of Boba Fett was also announced. In this video, I'm gonna rank all 11 shows based off of my anticipation for each one. Also, at the end of the video, I will explain to you guys how you guys can get involved and vote for which shows you are anticipating the most. But before I continue on with this video, only about 29.5% of my viewers are subscribed to this channel. So if you do end up enjoying the video, consider subscribing, and if you don't, obviously you do not need to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's get on with the ranking. In 11th place, we have The Lando Show. This placement may actually surprise a lot of people considering that there are 2 shows on here that might not even be canon, but my interest in this show is no joke in the negative. Lando is a cool character and all, yes, but having him as the center focus sounds like an awful idea to me. I guess if this is a pseudo continuation of the Maul and Kira stuff, that could be cool, but if that is not the case, then I actually have no interest for the show. In 10th place, we have A Droid Story. This show sounds like to me it is the most harmless story possible. It's a cartoon that follows around 3PO and R2 and some other droid apparently. I'm not sure if this story is going to be canon, but it sounds like a harmless kid's story. If it's funny like the LEGO holiday special, then I may actually really enjoy it, but conceptually this sounds like it isn't just for me. At number 9, we have the Book of Boba Fett. This may be another surprising take, but I still have no interest in this show. Boba Fett was cool and all, yes, in Mandalorian Season 2, but that doesn't make me interested in seeing a show solely about him. I am a fan of Fennec Shand, so that makes me at least mildly interested. I just really have no investment in Boba Fett. Even after seeing the post-credit scene where Boba kills Bib Fortuna and takes the throne of Jabba the Hutt's palace, it just doesn't interest me. Could it be great? Of course, but conceptually seeing a whole season devoted to Boba Fett sounds like a snooze fest. At number 8, we have The Bad Batch. This show does have an ounce of my curiosity, unlike the other 3 shows on this list beforehand. It takes place immediately after Revenge of the Sith, and seeing what the galaxy is like after the rise of the Empire sounds really cool. I think the reason why this is so low on my list has to do with the Bad Batch themselves. I thought their episodes in Season 7 The Clone Wars were okay, but I wasn't invested enough into them to get excited for a whole show around them. I don't loathe the idea of them getting their own show like I do for Lando Show. This show could explore clones dealing with Order 66, which I really like. I think this is a show I'm looking forward to, but if it got cancelled or anything, I wouldn't care. At number 7, we have Rangers of the New Republic. I think this show is something that could be really amazing, but it's hard for me to get excited about it because I have no clue what it's going to be about. It will probably follow Cara Dune and some other people to fight the Empire in the Outer Rim. Cara Dune doesn't seem like a character that could hold her own show, but I wouldn't mind giving Gina Carano a chance. I think once I get more information about this show, I will get more excited, but I just don't have anything to base my excitement off of. At number 6, we have Andor. I think a lot of people are underestimating how cool this show could be. With the exception of a few of the novels, we haven't gotten a real deep look into the Rebel Alliance before. Yeah, we got Star Wars Rebels, but that wasn't really about the Rebel Alliance, it was about a family that happened to be rebels. Seeing a darker version of the rebellion sounds exciting to me. Also, it appears it's going to be 12 episodes and 1 season, so it's basically going to be one long-ass movie about the darker aspects of the rebels, which excites me. The titular character in Cassian Andor I don't think is a terrible character to base the show around. I think he could really be an interesting protagonist. Overall, I still feel people are too harsh on this show. At number 5, we have Star Wars Visions. I feel like so many people are criminally sleeping on this show, and I made a whole video about it. I really like the concept of these different anime studios creating a standalone Star Wars story. If each episode is like 30 minutes, I think it has the potential to be something great. I hope most of these stories involve characters we already know and just expand upon them. Maybe a story with Anakin and Obi Wan between The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, or a story with Rey and Finn after the Rise of Skywalker. If this show is going to tell stories like that for 30 minutes each, it will make me a very happy Star Wars fan. At number 4, we have Obi Wan Kenobi. I feel like a lot of people have this as their number 1 or 2, but that isn't the case for me. Is it great that Hayden and Ewan are coming back? Of course. I am very excited for this show, but I think the reason why it isn't above the next 3 is because of the story potential. At the end of the day, we know what has to happen to these characters, so there isn't much at stake for me. It's not like the other prequels where there's a lingering question of how X is going to happen. For me, I'm just super hyped to see a more personal story about Obi Wan Kenobi. At number 3, we have The Mandalorian Season 3. I really loved Season 2, so of course I'm going to be excited for Season 3. It's kind of hard to predict what's going to happen because the only story thread we are left with is the Mandalorians fighting for Mandalore. I think I'm also super curious to see how it may tie into the other shows that will be a part of this era. Also, I can't imagine that Baby Yoda won't play a role, so I wonder if he will come back. But I just know that Favreau and Filoni will give us something amazing, and my trust in them is the sole reason why I'm so excited. At number 2, we have Ahsoka. I think the reasons why I'm hyped for this show are the same for most people. We all know Ahsoka. We love her. Obviously, this show will have something to do with Grand Admiral Thrawn, which also means that it probably has to do with Ezra. This is basically the Rebels sequel show we thought we were going to get, but only this time it's going to be in live action. I hope we get to see some of the other animated characters return, like Hera, Sabine, Zeb, or even Rex. I bet at some point we will see the return of Ezra, and this may tie into the culmination event that they mentioned. But I don't know how people aren't excited to see more of Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka. At number 1, we have The Acolyte. This show for me has the most potential for being truly amazing. For one, it has the most unique time period, with it being during the end of the High Republic. Now, recent reports state that the end of the High Republic is about 50 years before The Phantom Menace. Given that the show will follow dark side users, could it potentially be about Plagueis or Palpatine? I think a show about a younger Palpatine sounds so interesting to me. I'm currently reading the Darth Plagueis novel, and I am just picturing that this will be the plot of this show. Even if it doesn't revolve around the Sith per se, I am just in love with a show that starts before The Phantom Menace, that revolves around the dark side, and I have high hopes. And that is my ranking of the 11 Star Wars shows that were just announced. As I said earlier, I'm going to tell you guys how you can vote for which shows you are the most excited for. I created a Google form where you guys will be able to vote which shows you're the most excited for, and the link to it is in the description. In about a week or so, I will release the results of the poll on my channel. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to unite the Claude Squad, and I'll see you guys next time.